Thank you so much for having me here today. Mental health is an extremely important topic to the school district, so much so that we wrote it into our strategic plan, and it's actually written in two places. We have two goals. The first is that our students will be supported in learning skills and awareness to manage their mental and physical health. And secondly, that our students will develop the social and emotional skills to successfully live, work, and play, and they will have the resilience to deal with life's challenges. So why did we make it a goal in our strategic plan? Because our students told us we needed to. We examine our statistics every year from the MDI and the McCreary studies. So these are two surveys that we do with our students, asking them about how they feel about themselves, their school, their homes, their communities. And it gives us really important, valuable data. It helps us make decisions. The MDI results tell us that 37% of our grade 4 students fall in the at-risk category for worry and anxiety, and that 20% of our grade 7s describe themselves as unhappy most of the time. This is a worry to us. So some of the ways we work to help our students is through our teacher counselors. Over the last few years, we've made a huge shift in our counseling model in the school district. So the traditional model was counselor would show up at the school door, principal or the special ed teacher, somebody would hand them their list of students to see for the day. They would cycle through students one-to-one in a little office, fixing them up so they could head back to class and be with the other kids. What it ended up doing was leaving this mystery and stigma around counseling for students. Nobody knew what happened in that little counseling office. Nobody understood the skills that those students were gaining, and the students themselves felt like, I'm different, I need to go somewhere else in order to get help, and it just continued to increase the stigma around counseling and mental health concerns. So what also happened was we ended up with longer and longer wait lists in order to get in to see that counselor. As more and more students needed the help, there's only so many people they can see in a day, so the lists start to get longer. Kids needed to schedule their crises to make sure that it was on a date when the counselor could be there in order to get any sort of help. So we shifted it. We flipped it upside down, and instead of doing the old traditional model, we've changed our service model to be a universal design. So everybody is getting the instruction for social skills. Everybody is getting the instruction around how to make friends, how to solve problems, how to make yourself feel better, how to prevent anxiety, how to be more mindful. What it's giving is everybody the same language. It's providing a safety net for our students by increasing the capacity of everybody in the classroom. If we're all hearing these great lessons and we're all getting these great skills, on the days when the counselor is not there, hey, I might be able to help you. I might be able to offer some suggestions and ideas. I might be able to remind you of some of the things that the school counselor told you last week. It ends up building the capacity of everybody in the building. It also decreases the stigma and allows kids to see that, okay, this is what happens in that little office, and really this is something that everybody can benefit from. The other initiative that we started to offer in the district was the mental health first aid. We wanted something else to give our adults that would increase their capacity to be able to talk to kids about their mental health concerns. So we looked at this course. It's evidence-based. It was started in Australia. The Centre for Mental Health Research in Australia came to Canada in about 2010. And had really good results. We'd heard great things, so they sent me away to become a trainer. And we've been offering it in the district ever since. We've trained over 200 people through the course. I'd like to tell you a little bit about it because it is open to everybody. It's not just for school district staff. We would love anybody on the Sunshine Coast to come and take this course. So if I asked how many of you here had physical first aid, how many of you have your level 1 or your OFA, or probably lots of hands would go up. We take physical first aid in order to help somebody in the moment until professional help can come, until we call an ambulance, we drive them to the hospital, we take them to their doctor, until somebody with more knowledge than us can come along and help them. Mental health first aid does exactly the same thing. It trains people to help and to know what to say in those moments while you're waiting for professional help to step in and support the person. If I tripped down these stairs leaving the stage today and sprained my ankle, there would probably be quite a few people in the audience that would feel comfortable stepping forward and helping. You'd be sitting me in a chair, you'd be lifting my ankle, you'd be slapping an ice pack on it, you'd be telling me to wait and rest. You'd feel comfortable talking me through that experience. If I suddenly had a panic attack up here in front of everybody, the comfort level of knowing what to say and how to help me might decrease somewhat. So our goal is to raise literacy. We want more people to understand what mental health problems are and how to help, and where help can be found. It doesn't teach you to diagnose or to give treatment. And just like physical first aid wouldn't teach you how to take an x-ray of my ankle or develop a physiotherapy program for my ankle, it helps you just enough to be able to get me to more help. So same goal for the mental health first aid. So why take it? What are some of the bonuses to getting this course certification? We know that mental health problems often develop during adolescence and early adulthood. We know that 50% of all mental health concerns start by the age of 14, and 75% start by the age of 24. We also know that the earlier we can intervene, the better chance the person has of recovery and responding to interventions and treatment. So early intervention is really, really important. We know that 1 in 5 Canadians will experience a mental health concern in any given year. 1 in 5, it's 20%. We also know that 15% of all youth and children are impacted by a mental health problem at any given time. 15%. Those are our children, our grandchildren, our nieces and nephews. We know that professional help is not always readily available, so it behooves all of us to take on that responsibility and gain those skills in order to raise our own capacity. Sometimes there's wait lists. Sometimes it's 11 o'clock on a Sunday night and nothing's open, and you are the only person that can help. People don't always know what to say. They don't know how to respond. Again, broken ankle? I can probably do something. Panic attack? What if I say something that offends them? What if I say the wrong thing or I make it worse? So there's a lot of fear around being a helper in a mental health situation. The course aims to decrease that fear and increase the literacy level. Many people are not well informed about mental health concerns, and our media does a lot to help continue that misinformation. We see very commercialized versions of what happens for somebody who has a mental health concern. So the course gives us statistics, it gives us clean, clear medical information about what these concerns are and how to help. And it deals with stigma, and it helps reduce that stigma. When we think about that young mom in our neighborhood who has just gone in for cancer treatment, what happens in the neighborhood? Everybody bands together. There are meal trains happening, people are cooking casseroles, they're bringing flowers, they're dropping by the hospital, they're writing cards. Everybody bands together when it's a physical health concern. But what happens when that young mom goes back into hospital because she's got postpartum depression? Do I acknowledge that I know? Do I say something? Do you send a card in that situation, right? Should I bring a casserole? Will she want me to even acknowledge that she's going through this? There's a very different feel for how we respond to mental health concerns versus physical. And the course aims to equate those a little bit. Our kids, when they answer the McCreary Health Study, give some of their key reasons for why they don't get help. They're asked, do you feel like you've ever had a mental health concern that might require some help? And if so, have you gone for help? And if you haven't, why not? And one of the key reasons they give for not having gone for help is the fear of being seen going into the mental health office, or that somebody might know that they've gone to get help. Just something to think about. So what the course is, it's 2 days. It covers a variety of subjects. We talk about mood disorders, specifically depression and bipolar disorder. We look at anxiety. We look at eating disorders, self-harm and self-injury, psychosis, and then we look at how substance use interplays with all of those topics and the different impacts that substance use can have on mental health problems. It's a 14-hour course, and it is certified, so at the end of it, you come away with a lovely certificate and a wall plaque that goes up in your window or your office or your car door that says, I'm a mental health first aider and I can give help if you need it. We are sponsored by the school district, so they pay for my time to be able to deliver the course, which means we are able to offer it at a really reduced rate from the Lower Mainland. So it is $85, and you come away with a beautiful workbook that you get to keep with lots of information. And you learn 5 actions. So just like the ABCs of physical first aid, in mental health first aid, you learn ALGAE. So we learn to assess for the risk of suicide and or harm. We learn to listen non-judgmentally. We learn to give reassurance and information, and the information and the reassurance is around there is hope and there is recovery. There is support out there. We encourage people to get professional help. We also encourage people to get other supports, so that might be their family, their friends, online help, resource self-help groups here on the coast, reading, anything that can offer them other support. We really would like to thank the Sechelt Hospital Foundation. They sponsored 3 classes this past year. We've had one of them so far, that we've got 2 more classes to go. They did that so that any member of the Sunshine Coast Vancouver Coastal Health staff could take the course if they wanted to. So we really want to thank them for that sponsorship. And we are running our next course on June 27th and 29th, those 2 days. The courses take place at Kinnickinnick Elementary School in district services. And if you're interested, we do have some posters up at the tables up in the back area. The phone number is 604-885-6782, and we're happy to register you at any point. And if you'd like any more information, I'm happy to answer questions at the end. So thank you very much for having me.